Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ranjit Rodrigues, and I look after the Lighting Center in Chalo College. In the next few minutes, I'm going to present a brief overview of our proceedings for the day. I think we were very privileged to have the Honorable Chief Officer with us today, Ma'am Dipali Naik, and she gave an outstanding presentation on effective ways of garbage management. She made a great plea to us today for an amalgamation of efforts of the major stakeholders. Obviously, young people, students, yourselves, teachers, parents, and members of civil society. And when these come together with similar aims, then the problem can be tackled. Thank you, ma'am, for your presentation. I think it was outstanding to see particularly your personal involvement in it. You were not just doing it as part of your job, you're doing it, there was a personal interest in this, and I think it is something that the rest of us felt particularly drawn to when you spoke about the cost that society pays for not handling garbage. You spoke to us about the effects on age, fertility, and not just animal life, but also human life. And so, Mrs. Naik ended by telling us about how important it is that we as teachers raise social awareness, not just in schools and colleges, also in our colonies. And she ended by saying citizens' efforts are required if we want to produce big change. So thank you very much. From there, Dr. Gunaji got a very spirited presentation on the need for garbage control. And Dr. Gunaji has been at the forefront of this activity for a couple of years now. And as he has been getting opportunity, whether it is in police force or whether it is in students, in homes, even in casual conversations in the college, you can hear his heartbeat about this particular issue. And there was an outstanding presentation from Dr. Gunaji, particularly on when he showed us visual effects of the abuse with regard to garbage. I think his demonstration of the use of open spaces, the use of garbage and containment of garbage in Japan, and the way he contrasted that with India lifted hope for us. If it can happen there, then it can happen here as well. That was his message. I want to end my summary of Dr. Gunaji's particular presentation by bringing us back to his statement about our default thinking. He began by saying, we are so used to garbage, it has become default in our lives. And he said to us very clearly that there needs to be a paradigm change. That default now needs to change. We need to go for the cleanliness default rather than a filthy default. So thank you, Dr. Gunaji, for leaving us with that powerful thought in our minds that the default has to now change. Our teachers who spoke to us, Dr. Bakshi, obviously an expert in the field of sport, spoke about how he encourages his students to be involved in this whole area of garbage collection and not seeing as something below them. Rupali gave us her perspective on how she learned from her parents about garbage management and how she is now teaching that to her children. Andrew said to us very particularly, I want to remind us of Andrew's statement. Andrew said, if we generate the garbage, we are responsible to clean it. If we generate that garbage, it is our responsibility to clean it as well. Let us come very quickly now to the feedback the outstanding suggestions given by the different groups. Group 1, the whole Kurtoring group, gave a few unique suggestions, and let me bring that before you. The need for schools to introduce separate bins, the need to reduce the use of plastic and implement government bans, the need to encourage print media and electronic media, not just to talk negatively, but to highlight the positive steps being taken by administration and to support them. Group number 2, folk from Raya, locally, Berna and Navali, spoke about the need to start with convincing managements and colleagues in schools, then to take that on to have cleanliness drives in the school and in the area, dustbins in corridors as a temporary measure until we reach the place where Dr. Gunaji wants us all to be, a dustbin-free institution. So I hasten to say, as a temporary measure, dustbins for collection of different garbage waste. That goes on to street plays. Group number 3 from Benavli, Kolba and Valka spoke about using every opportunity, whether those are classroom periods, assembly times, to raise awareness. They said that on the 19th of December they want to do a cleanliness drive and a plastic collection drive as well. Group number 4, the Margam people, said this. They also began by saying the need to take back what has been taught today, convince managements, from there convince students, and ultimately to convince the parents. And they decided to devote the month of January to enforcing or actually encouraging schools to become dustbin-free zones. Many teachers spoke about using awareness in work experience classes, creating genuine wealth out of waste. And the last group, not the least, from folk from Asolna, Kunkoli, Veli, spoke about making children aware of garbage, helping them bring cloth bags and take waste home, using street plays and cleanliness drives in wards, and besides that, visiting homes to make sure that children are actually putting into practice all these things. I think it's been an outstanding conference. Thanks to all, and thank you, Dr. Gunaji, for giving me this little opportunity to bring this summary to all.